address it.
Moving on, Kenya Airways has posted a 7.5 loss in terms of billion shillings after tax for the period ending December 2018. This compared to 6.4 billion shillings in 2017. The increase is attributed to a surge in operating costs in the period under review.
To 114.2 billion Kenya shilling, with direct operating cost at the level of 75 billion, with an operating loss of 683 million shilling, and the net loss after tax of 7.5 billion. Overheads costed us almost 21, and fleet of course almost 19. So in order just to give immediately an explanation, I have a last slide, which is a risky slide, but when we compare full 12 months to full 12 months. So let me, I'm hoping the auditor will not shoot me, but let me first walk you through the official results, and then I'll compare apples to apples, because here I'm comparing apples to peers. So please don't draw good or bad conclusions out of this. But the summary consolidated income statement, and this is when I can compare the all as of 2017.
Now, Wiper and Chama Cha Mashinani party officials appeared before the Building Bridges Initiative, where they shared their views on where the constitutional amendments can be affected or effected. Now, Chief Justice David Maraga is expected in the afternoon. We just want to cross over live to KICC, where they're holding that particular brief, and to listen to those presentations.
Without really boasting, is one of the best African example of blacks developing their own country. Weaknesses have come in terms of corruption, in terms of because of competition of resources. So we need to really address this issue of sharing of resources. We need to address the land issue.
All right, that was earlier on. Remember, this is the meeting that is being orchestrated by the Building Bridges Initiative Committee. It's still happening right now at the Kenyatta International Convention Center, KICC. So let's just cross over there live right now and listen in.
The formula needs to be in the Constitution. You don't need to give Parliament another chance to enact that formula. Article 177, which brings in the county assemblies, the formula is in the Constitution, so we don't have a problem. But then the two-thirds is not an idle principle. In judiciary, they have achieved it. Increasingly, more women are in public space than before, when we didn't have the two-thirds. So we may not have attained the threshold, but having it in the Constitution has a lot of value, in the sense that we progressively move towards having more women in public office. We see it in cabinet, we see it everywhere. And what we are saying on inclusion is that we need the talents of both men and women for our country to move forward. We've restricted ourselves to the Constitution mostly, but it is because we also feel that the principle is under threat. And if we lose that principle now, we are going to go back many, many years when we didn't have it. The Parliament of 2010 had 20 women out of 210 members of Parliament. The Parliament after, with the new Constitution, had 47 women reps, had 24 women members of Parliament, and increasingly. So let us convince you that that principle of two-thirds, even though it's not mathematical, it's not perfect, it is good. But more important for us, can we have the same for the youth? Because the youth have absolutely no threshold at all. So when you don't have a threshold in law, you have a society that doesn't have an aspiration. So in youth, we don't have an aspiration for how many young persons do we want in appointive and elective positions. Let's have the threshold, and then continually move towards making sure that the threshold is implemented. And we're going to look at other areas beyond the Constitution. Thank you very, very much. We are happy to be here.
Thank you very much. I think Dr. Mutinda, just so that everybody in Kenya and outside gets to know that you are before us. I'm the one on the seat now. Can you come and...
All right, live pictures right there from KICC, where the Building Bridges Initiative team is. I'm just listening to a couple